Now, you're probably wondering how I got into the situation. So, let's start from the top right here. So, I started out as a small little baby pterodon. I ended up flying out hoping I could get to the plains, and I was looking for food because I was losing really fast. Once I got to the plains, I ended up seeing if there was anything that had already been killed or dropped. I couldn't find anything at the beginning, but I decided I'd check near the rivers as that's the most likely case even with the crocs. I ended up finding some up near the rocks after a bit of looking, and I ended up using that as my main source of food for quite a while, as I was very hungry. I had no food up until this point, and had just luckily managed to find this. It was honestly the best source of food that I had found in any of my playthroughs for quite a while, but it was good. I ended up flying out and saw a Carnotaurus running across the fields. I did not realize these guys could go that fast. And it was honestly mind-boggling watching him run across the bridge. I think he ended up catching whatever he was chasing after, because I then saw him chewing on stuff. Later on, I ended up realizing that he had actually had a ton of huge bodies. Don't know if he killed them, or if something else did. Whatever did a ton of damage apparently, because these were multiple giant stego bodies. And I also found out a little bit later on that there was apparently even more of them hidden throughout the forest. Some massacre happened, but I don't really know what. Later on, I ended up flying through some water areas, and I saw a body, and I was going to eat it because I was quite hungry, but something told me that there was something off about this body. This body seemed off. Couldn't really tell you until a little bit later, when suddenly I realized that there had been a giant croc in the water waiting for people to come over. And if I had gone there, I likely would have been eaten, so my gut feelings really saved me there. Later on, I ended up flying near the bridge again, hoping I could find something to go eat or something to interact with, because I was getting a little bored at the time. Once you get a little age, you get bored. I ended up hearing a noise in the forest, and it was quite loud. I think it plays right here. Once I got over to here, I decided to see what it was. It ended up being a giant group of Ceratos, which were all roaring and eating, but soon they left. Once they left, I ended up hanging out with a group of other of my kind, and we started eating the body. But even though I had just joined them, I made the mistake of becoming too relaxed, and while eating the different corpses that were around, I stopped paying attention to the forest line.